Here we are. Guys and gals, non-binary pals, welcome to yet another episode of Power Overdrive Wrestling POW. My name is Eric Powers, sitting right here next to me in the booth. This is none other than the one and only TW.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana for a special Monday afternoon episode of Power Overdrive Wrestling. Keep in mind that after today's special Monday episode, we'll be switching next week to Thursdays for the summer months. Now it appears that Scraps O'Leary, who many thought once upon a time the presumptive first ever Twitch wrestling champion, Power Overdrive Twitch champion, has something to say.
Yeah, for a good long while there, he looked like he was going to be top of the game, and I would say to that he still definitely is top of the game. He just unfortunately lost out in that ladder match against Vegas, and maybe one day he'll be able to try and reclaim that prize. Yeah, he's on his way to the ring right as we speak. Prepared to address the universe, as it were. See what he has to say.
Afternoon, Baton Rouge. I first want to say thank you for letting me come to your wonderful city, and whoever thought of putting powdered sugar on fresh fried donuts, you are in fact a genius. A genius that cannot be matched in any way. Let me first say that, 100%. And then, let me talk about tonight's main event.
Now they're the crowd.
I get it. You're tired of seeing me whoop Johnny Mercury's ass. Believe me, I'm tired of having to whoop his ass week in, week out. You know how sore my arms are from beating him in the chest again and again when he just won't stay down? It's like going to the gym and working out, but times 100. And I do it week in, week out for your enjoyment. And now you're not even enjoying it anymore.
The "we're not worthy" chant exploding in here tonight.
But you know what? The poor guy keeps coming to me backstage. And he says to me, Scraps, I'm the worthiest that has ever been to ascend the throne. I'm like, I get it. You can't buy a win. I'm just that good. I understand. And when he keeps coming to me and begging me for these matches, his eyes like little puppy dog eyes, what am I going to do? Am I going to say no? Am I that kind of monster? Of course I'm not that kind of monster. I am a kind and gentle man, just like Papa raised me to be. So when he comes to me and says, just one more match, of course just one more match. I would love to face you, Johnny Mercury. I'm gonna give you the chance to prove yourself to be a god. So for you, POW Universe, people of Baton Rouge, because I love you so much, I just wanted to let you know that tonight's main event, you are going to get to watch me whoop Johnny Mercury's ass one last time.
There we go. Strong words of wisdom from one Scraps O'Leary there tonight. He seems to be ready to line Johnny up for one more ass whooping tonight. I'm sure he can deliver. He has delivered for the last month and a half. And they come to me, after they have these conversations, and they tell me to book it. And, the people still seem to enjoy seeing it. We'll see how much longer that lasts. But perhaps tonight we'll see the end of at least this part of their feud.
Well, that should be an interesting main event, but to start the night, we have a very fun match in the Cosmic Division planned. The outstanding acrobat of the Orphans, Sapphire, stepping up against Miss Ayeon Lee, who joined us just a couple of weeks ago at POW Backlash. And despite losing her debut there, she has been on a tear in recent weeks and has been fun to watch.
That's right. She's been having some great matches. Sapphire on a winning streak here. Aeon not been given quite as many opportunities in the last week, so I figured we'd throw her in there, see what she can show us against Sapphire. See if she can put this winning streak to an end, possibly. Hello there, Ayeon Lee. Welcome.
The following contest
Good afternoon.
is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to
Interestingly
the ring
enough,
from the Queen
we've been
City,
talking about the Orphans, a group of
Sapphire.
performers of whom Sapphire is a singular member, ever since she made her debut, and right before POW Backlash. And we've just received word that the rest of the Orphans are ready to make, or at least some of them, are ready to make their in-ring debut tonight at POW in a very big six-man tag team match.
That's right. They came into my office today. They said, "Put me up against anybody." Three of them said that, so I put three of them in, and well, we'll see if I decide to put them in against tonight.
Ayeon Lee.
Ayeon Lee, of course, as you mentioned, made her debut 3 weeks ago at Backlash. She did take a loss there that night, but put on a spectacular match with Sinister Fox.
And now see what these two competitors in the Cosmic Division can do, as that whole division is fighting in and out and readying for themselves for Extreme Rules and a shot perhaps at Florence Thunder and that Cosmic Division Championship. Quick snap suplex from Sapphire, starting off the match with a bit of frenetic energy here.
That's right. And those that aren't going to be competing for the Mistress of the Cosmos belt there, I may have a surprise lined up for those ladies who show themselves in the weeks coming up to Extreme Rules.
Never with a surprise. That sounds interesting. And find myself waiting as well. Oh, elbows to the head. And I'm taking a moment to dish out a little punishment and try to rile up the crowd in her favor. A quick cover.
Sapphire kicks out before the 1 count even happens.
Nasty neck. Sweep to the leg, and Sapphire's on her feet. Aeon down. Kick to the back doesn't go as planned. Sapphire using her speed advantage here. Though no speed advantage will save anybody on a top rope like that.
Fantastic Hurricanrana from the top.
Leads to a cover here from Aeon Fox. 1.5.
Ooh. Goes to gloat. Struck in the back for her arrogance there.
Never take too much time. Sapphire locks in a sleeper hold. Not quite center of the ring, but close enough away from the ropes, and Aeon's having trouble. Fading here, perhaps, a little.
Unable to get Ayeon to tap, decides to go for another hold.
The cover instead after a kick to the chest. That's her only the one.
Single leg takedown.
Reach to the chest, create a little separation. Not enough. Sapphire whips Ayeon into the corner, leaps to her head, and starts pounding her in the face. Showing off that acrobatic skill.
Both competitors showing off Percaranas today. Dragon screw.
Oof. Brutal double leg drop, center of the ring.
Down for the 2 count. Sapphire now frustrated to only be getting 2 counts still after so much effort being put in to put away Ayeon. Oh, and there it is! Big top trouble! Allison Eve, good to see you.
Here we are.
There you go. This is what she won on last week.
2.
Ooh, only a 2 count on the big top trouble. That corkscrew kick.
Arm drag. Down to her feet. Sapphire to her knees. A kneeling DDT. Leaves Sapphire a little
The
disoriented.
shooting star press. Here we go.
And now Ayeon goes to the top rope.
Setting up her top rope shooting star.
And there we are.
That might be the end. Taking her time before she goes for the cover.
But only a 2 there as well.
Both these women hopefully ready to pull out all the stops, because that's what it's going to take. A standing Spanish fly.
Again, the display of agility and acrobatics from Ayeon.
Misses the drop kick.
Cards this afternoon. Missed drop kick, though, may be the turning point which Sapphire needs to get back into this match. She claps to rile up the crowd a little in her favor.
Springboard punch. Drop kick.
Duck.
And a
double
chest stomp.
Chest. Here we are again. Ooh! Missing her leg drop. Ayeon rolls out of the way. Head to turnbuckle. Hope we're best friends by the end of this.
Well, if they're not best friends, I think Sapphire and that turnbuckle maybe, after all those kisses.
100%. Here we are.
Ooh.
2 7/8. As close as I've ever seen a count come without landing 3. Here's Sapphire back into it. Cover after a brutal punch to the face. And a little hubristic there to think that would net her a 3 count.
Went into the headlock. Wrenching that head off of their shoulders.
We saw Ayeon fade last time. Once more, center of the ring, nowhere to go for the ropes. Again, Sapphire lets her go. And change it for a cover instead.
Aims for a drop kick to the back of the head. Nobody home as Ayeon Lee eventually gets out of the way. There we go. A seesaw maneuver right onto the back of Sapphire's head. Well, looks like she may be going for that shooting star press once more.
From the top rope, does she have a range? And there she is. She does indeed have that range. That could well be the nail in Sapphire's coffin this afternoon.
Only two again.
Ayeon starting to lose control, pounding the mat in frustration.
Oh, she's going for it one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing some of the most spectacular performers that we have here at POW, men or women. Ooh.
Oh dear. She turns to some sort of corkscrew senton. Giving Sapphire time to get to her feet. Must come down again. In the corner. Up to the turnbuckle.
Taking her to the top.
Sapphire have in mind. Oh, a spike round from the top rope. Avalanche may well be.
Now stretching the arm.
To lock in that arm bar.
Seems to be having just a little bit of trouble.
Can't quite get the whole thing as Ayeon powers her way out.
Misses the drop kick one more time.
It has been a tale of unlanded drop kicks this afternoon.
Looking for another neck breaker. Over the rope herself.
Reverse home the whip.
Back in.
And there we are. Springboard roll up. Two. But only the two. Sit out slam. Sapphire should have a little power.
She's calling for that double drop kick. Double leg drop one more time. This time connects.
Haul her up perhaps into the...
She is giving Ayeon everything she has before she goes for another pin attempt, it looks like.
Stall suplex back into the ring. Cover here. Nope. Kick to the back. Now.
For good measure.
Just a little extra pain there.
Sapphire calling for the audience's help.
Perhaps again for the big top trouble. There's that spin.
And winds up on her ass. For her trouble, once more into a hurricanrana, into the ropes.
Over here, she's setting her perhaps for yet another...
A more pop snapmare.
Here we are.
Climbing to the top rope once again. What is she looking to deliver? Oh, looks like the senton.
Senton again.
Takes a moment to gloat, catch her breath before picking her back up. Oh, but answering with an arm drag.
Arm drag creates a little separation here. Puts Ayeon into the corner.
Monkey flip. Up top.
Cross body.
Looks like she maybe one more time attempting that top,
Top.
big top finish. There it is.
Double. Ayeon collapses to the mat, blacks completely out. She may well be unconscious and unable to kick out. That is the end of our match this afternoon. Sapphire taking the victory.
Right. Sapphire continues her winning streak here. This is, I believe, 3 in a row for Sapphire, keeping that win going. A great win for the Orphans. Cannot wait for all of you to meet the Orphans that are going to be showing up later, and a great show of sportsmanship between these women.
Always love to see sportsmanship here in the POW ring. Ever the consummate performer, Sapphire stays for a moment to bask in the adulation of the crowd, something she has known very well in her career as a circus performer.
All right, we're now looking at that 6-man tag that we have set up for tonight. Tonight, introducing the Orphans, or at least 3 more of them. And I've decided to throw them in against Shark Party and the Infernal one. Because the Infernal one he's been doing some management work with Morgana recently. I've decided, it's time for him to step back into the ring, see what he can show these newcomers. I believe the last time we saw the Infernal one was at Backlash, where he was part of a 6-man battle royal.
On the battle, it was the second of Guy DuPont's 2 victories that night. In a brilliant display, picking his first 2 wins at the same pay-per-view.
That's right. Right, Guy DuPont getting 2 wins, I believe, over Chainsaw that night. Once in, that week. Previously, he won against Chainsaw in the Battle Royal. That was his last elimination. And following that week, he had another match against Chainsaw and won.
Here we are.
At a combined weight of
3 members of the
79
Orphans.
pounds, Anaconda.
We've not seen before. It looks to be coming out the strongman, Titanic Tom, the snake charmer, the perhaps unrepentantly named Anaconda Cox. I never want to say that name again in my life, as I can avoid it. And last but not least, the lion tamer, Leo Kravan.
That is quite a lineup there. But they are going to be facing quite the lineup as well.
Here comes the party. The Shark Party, that is.
At a combined weight of 391 pounds, Hammerhead Hunter and the Freak Flyboy, the Dangerous Alliance.
Shark Party, no slouches when it comes to the tag team division. As a tag team, both pre and post forming officially, they have not been defeated, at least by pin or by submission. They have been knocked unconscious. Hammerhead was knocked unconscious by Iron Jaw. But aside from that, they have not lost legitimately in tag team combat.
They are on their own this afternoon. They have a man who claims to be, quite literally, Satan. The Infernal One. Honestly, as big as he is, as mean as he is, and as bright red as he is, with those horns, who's going to argue?
Certainly not me. Not today.
Me.
I don't have the energy for that.
And their partner, from the pits of hell, weighing in at 292 pounds, the Devil.
Yes, if the Infernal one were 666 pounds, he would be a very dense boy.
Be an incredibly dense man. I don't even think about something like that size.
Looks like. First up, we have Anaconda Cox. God, I hate that name. Facing off against Hammerhead. Hammerhead coming out aggressively against the man nearly twice his size.
The larger Anaconda, quickly using some of his own agility.
I am glad you used his first name.
That is exactly why I said as I said. And most likely be referring to him as such throughout his run here in POW.
Certainly none of us want to hear about the larger Cox.
Wouldn't want to horrify the audience. Oh. Overhead German suplex.
One more time, the belly to belly. The ref already to a 6 count. Perhaps the Shark Party is about to learn a lesson about their own medicine here.
It looks like
that's the 8. We might be seeing a very early end to this match.
Yeah.
That's 9.
It's the Hammerhead taking his usual victory.
Stealing a full match here from the Orphans.
Here are your winners, Hammer
Shark Party and the Infernal one claiming a technical victory.
And the Devil.
Quite only 30 seconds of competition.
Quite a technical victory here, as there was no actual match there at all. The tension, the anger here is palpable tonight. The boos reverberating the arena here.
I'd be surprised if the Orphans attempt to ask for this match yet again. And according to Mr. Powers' whim, we may or may not see it.
You say that the Infernal one must have possessed him to do that, but we've seen time and time again Shark Party pull this. Specifically, we've seen Hammerhead pull this sort of garbage.
Indeed, the first ever tag match that Hammerhead and Party Favor competed in together was a tag team match against the Monsters Among Men, with a Hammerhead took Jonk down
there he is.
long enough.
Going right to it. Guy DuPont, clearly frustrated from getting jumped before his match last week by Chainsaw, in here completely aggressive, coming in on his way, running in, jumping on the Chainsaw, pulling him to the ground, and smashing his face.
Now showing some of that technical wrestling skill. Wrist lock into a back wrist lock.
A hammer lock is what we call that.
Hammer lock, there we are. Sometimes this old brain of mine can't quite remember what it wants to say.
A snapmare into a headlock on the ground. An overhead wrist lock. Ooh. Blocks the shoulder tackle, but then answers with a double-handed Chop, or a push almost.
Chainsaw, the size advantage of Guy DuPont. Slow him down at all.
Guy DuPont, of course, having the size advantage. And right now having the anger advantage, I would say, as well. Rage is a hell of a drug. And is one that we cannot check for in our wellness program. A spike leg DDT there off of the ropes with a seesaw maneuver. Chainsaw now answering with a series of blows himself.
These two men absolutely furious with one another, choosing to brutalize each other.
Yeah, this is not going to be a clean match in any way, shape, or form. An STO from the Lumberjack.
Afraid to find opponents larger than him, meaner than him, anythinger than him, as we have seen from his time here in POW.
Taking the Lumberjack to the ropes. The European uppercut off the second rope.
Chainsaw builds momentum. I'm sorry, Guy DuPont builds momentum with those elbows to the neck. Oh. Chainsaw finds a way to answer back and take control.
Ooh, a disrespectful slap against the rope there. Stretching the mouth into a neck breaker. We've seen that brainbuster before.
First count of the night. 2 count. Chainsaw perhaps has a little more work to do.
And it looks like he's prepared to do the work.
Open knee.
Last shot.
Two and a half.
Guy DuPont still able to kick out after getting both of the most brutal moves in the Lumberjack's arsenal. Cutting him off, hitting him with that spinning wheel kick we've seen so many times. Preparing for a big one himself. There we go. That pop-up butterfly power bomb into the pin.
Nope.
Oh.
Chainsaw rolling through, forcing Guy DuPont to kick out. A unique counter.
Up into a brainbuster suplex.
Drag Chainsaw away from the rope. Chainsaw too quick. Boot the head into another neck breaker. Chainsaw takes a moment to bask with the audience's approval. Here we are, a pair of lariats. A drop kick to take Guy DuPont down to the ground. The Fighting Frenchman may have... Nope, I spoke too soon. As he goes into the Boston Crab. Chainsaw looking to get to the ropes.
Able to flip through.
You never want to take a lumberjack and try and submit their legs. Those legs are almost certainly pure muscle. Speaking of, legs on the ropes. DuPont angry, misses that spinning wheel kick of his. Another slap from Chainsaw, who laughs.
comes the Canadian Destroyer. We've seen it before.
Canadian
right on his head.
Destroyer. 1, 2.
Not quite
Oh,
enough to
no.
put away DuPont.
The ref perhaps a little slow to his knees there, I'd say.
That was, in fact, a slow count. No doubt about that.
It's entirely possible.
Yes, it has always been discussed how Guy DuPont gets his strength from his mustache. Not many people have brought up the fact that Chainsaw does have hair running down his back all the way to his ass crack, and yes, that also might be something that gives him a bit of power as well. Thank you for bringing that one up in the chat.
Perhaps we could see a hair versus hair match. Ass crack versus mustache. From these two before this little spat of theirs is finished.
Reverse jawbreaker there. And DuPont to the corner, entering with a clothesline to the back.
Ripcord puts the chainsaw down. DuPont picking him back up for that wheel kick into the corner. Dragging around.
Going after the arm once more before going for the pin. Wasting time, I feel, going after the elbow when he could have just gone for the pin. But preparing himself to take it home.
Here we are, that boot. And the butterfly powerbomb. Legs over the arms. But again, only a 2. Neither man being willing to give up just quite yet. This blood feud is... Oh! DuPont out of the ring. Blood feud at another level. These two brutalize each other on the floor below.
A leg lock roundhouse kick maneuver there before going into a butterfly suplex on the outside. Ref to a 6 count now.
Other man's hearing this count. I think they are intent upon doing each other as much harm as they possibly can.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think anybody cares about a pin. I think they are indeed just trying to make the other bleed.
Sliding back into the ring, willing to take a count-out victory, perhaps. Chainsaw comes to his senses just in time to catch Guy DuPont sleeping with a DDT.
Right into that STO maneuver. Stomp to the face. Perhaps Guy DuPont starts celebrating a little early. This time able to hit it. Looking for one more pop-up powerbomb. Unable to connect.
Chainsaw catches the boot.
Taken down.
Into a single leg. DuPont knows his leg submissions.
Giving a boot to the head himself.
Boston Crab.
Bear hug reversed.
Can't take advantage of it. Here we are.
For the Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer. Oof. Absolutely brutalizing Guy DuPont. And oh, Canada, Chainsaw has found a way to win.
That's right, it took 2 last shots, 2 Canadian Destroyers to put away DuPont today.
And surviving a pair of pop-up butterfly power bombs and an endless supply of those brutalizing wheel kicks.
congratulations to a pair of
Here's your
fierce
winner,
competitors
Jay
fighting it out
Sawyer.
in the ring today. Almost ending outside, almost in blood next to the ring. Luckily, these men able to bring it into the ring and maybe put this feud to bed. I don't know, but maybe they finally put it to rest. The Canadian there, coming up on top after a bit of a brutal feud. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a match. Brother against brother. Ditto and Juice O'Leary will be facing each other today because I have decided that they deserve another chance against the Ministry. But only one of them. Whoever is able to beat the other in combat today will get a shot next week at a handicap match to prove themselves against the Ministry.
Two have known each other their entire lives. They've been together. They have fought together since childhood. I can only imagine the level with which they will go to defeat each other.
Making
The
his
ins and
way
outs
to
they
the
know
ring.
of each other.
From Austin,
Surprises we
Texas,
may see in this ring
weighing in
this
at
afternoon. His brother faces
195
brother
pounds,
for the right
Griffin
fight
Lee
for their own
Boyd.
honor.
That's right. We've seen both these brothers together in the ring as tag team partners many a time. They know each other's movesets. Front ways, back ways, side to side, upside down. But today, they are going to have to prove that they can out-wrestle the other.
You train together, you travel together. For the first 18 years of your life, you live together. These brothers have been bonded since the day they stepped into a ring. Oh, sure, they've had their scraps in the past before. I use that pun intentionally. But they have never faced each other with stakes on the line here in POW quite like this.
That's right, Ayeon Lee. I have fought with my sibling many a time. Never inside of a ring, though. And as stated there in the chat, I don't think I think she would agree that her brother would kill her. Figuratively.
It's moments like these, watching sibling line up from sibling, watching the lengths with which they will go to destroy
And
each
his
other.
opponent.
But I'm very glad to be an only child.
From West Virginia, weighing in at 245 pounds, Justin O. Lee Boyd.
Right. This could potentially be the first time that these brothers have actually seen each other across the ring from one another since they trained together.
Ditto giving his brother a chance to bask in the adulation of the crowd, as he did earlier, just a moment ago.
I know these brothers, they're very brutal competitors, but they also love and respect each other, and are going to give each other a wide berth until this match starts. But then, I have a feeling the gloves are going to come off tonight,
Bets are all.
as the oldest and youngest brother of the O'Leary family try to prove which one is the superior wrestler. A clean lockup.
Oh. Ditto
Ropes.
powering Juice back into the corner. Not something you'd expect to see. Perhaps jawing at each other a little under there. Juice trying to make his brother go down quickly. The bridge pin there.
And landing a knee to his face. stomping on the elbow, and then on the chest.
Juice going wild. Ditto getting to his feet. A headbutt followed by punch after punch. And they have to take care not to destroy each other too much. Should the winner of tonight's match win next week's handicap match, then the two of them have a date with the Ministry and Extreme Rules for the Tag Championships.
We'll see if they can make that date with the Ministry. They're going to have to prove that they can face them to begin with. So if they can put a good enough showing, 1 against 2 with the Ministry, they'll earn that spot at Extreme Rules. But they have not earned that spot yet.
Indeed.
Ditto with the second Russian leg sweep of the night. Potentially going for the pin. No! Brutalizing his brother's arm first.
Pin saying, you like on and just let me take the victory. Juice not having any of that either. Juice has the headbutt well scouted. Knows that Ditto loves to strike with that thick skull of his.
A few brutal kicks, goes for the pin. Only able to get 1 count out of it, though.
Ditto rising to his feet after the leg kick. Across body, hammering away at Juice's face. Pin of his own.
Sends it to the corner. Forearm. Into a bulldog.
Now it seems that Ditto Larry perhaps has control. We'll be seeing Ditto against Father Ron and Bubba Chucker next week. The anger of the youngest brother perhaps carrying the trio to victory.
It's certainly working in his favor today. Unfortunately, might be putting a bit of a gap between him and his brother now.
Well, another pin.
Juice is perfectly happy to have an angry younger brother on his own side. Not so happy today when that rage is aimed at him.
I won't be either. Ditto's maniacal laughter followed by brutalizing fists. Oh, back body drop. There from Juice. Windmills. And I don't know what that's quite about.
Just a bit of flailing, it looks like.
Oh.
Ooh. Dirty move, pulling his brother's face up into the ropes there.
You always fight dirtiest with your siblings, from what I've been told. Roll through super kick. We've seen it before.
We've seen it plenty of times. We've seen it bust people open more than once.
Into the pin. Ditto down for a 2. The closest we've seen either brother to giving up yet. Ripcord knee. Into another pin. Ditto's still only down for 2.
Ditto said no. Right, going after that arm, knowing that one of the more powerful moves in his brother's arsenal is that off the ropes lariat.
The stretching of the leg there, that snap. Aiming to brutalize his brother's thigh and hamstring perhaps.
Looks like he potentially overstretched his own hamstring there on the miss. An up and over slam. Single count. Juice does not know what to do.
Getting shorter, the exact opposite to the direction he wanted them to go. Ditto snaps the arm. Into a neck breaker there. Across the knee. pin center of the ring.
Single count.
One count. Ditto lurking.
There it is. That
Oh.
butterfly DDT plants him right on the P of POW.
And this could be the end of Juice O'Leary for the night. 2, 3, and it will be Ditto O'Leary next week in a handicap match against the Ministry.
Ditto O'Leary, we have seen him in action one-on-one against Father Ron come out victorious. We'll see next week if he can come out victorious against both Father Ron and Bubba Trucker. Proving tonight that he is the superior brother, at least for the time being. Ditto leaving the arena upset, I imagine, more with himself and with his own showing tonight than anger with his brother.
Moving on, we've got another match in our Cosmic Division again as they settle into that chase for the Cosmic Division Championship. As Vala Rose this week takes Victoria Valkyrie one-on-one. The two were opponents last week in a tag team match, but now they face each other one-on-one across the ring.
Right, and it looks like Victoria Valkyrie has aligned herself potentially with Johnny Mercury, who will be coming to the ring with her and standing in, it would seem, as a manager tonight.
Let us hope that whatever curse has afflicted our resident golden god does not make its way down to Victoria Valkyrie. But we shall see where things go from here.
Perhaps he's actually trying to get some of her good juju, you know, into his oeuvre, as it were, by being ringside, hoping that she'll win. Maybe some of that will rub up on him.
Honestly, I wouldn't expect Johnny Mercury to have anything but ulterior motives when it comes to helping anyone on this roster, no matter who they are.
Vala Rose on her way to the ring first. Showing a great amount of swagger as she does so.
Her debut match here at Overdrive Wrestling, tag teaming with Scarlet Blade to defeat not only Victoria Valkyrie, but also the Cosmic Division champion, Florence Thunder. Vala Rose perhaps has a claim to a one-on-one championship match. Though I'm sure Scarlet would have something to say about that were she to claim such.
As she might. We've seen quite a bit of matches between Scarlet Rose and Florence.
And her opponent, accompanied by Hail the King, and from Valhalla, Victoria.
Here we are. At least this time we're spared the length of Johnny Mercury's entry. As he makes his way down to the ring behind Victoria Valkyrie.
Right, Johnny Mercury used to possibly the very longest entrance that we have of any competitor here at POW. I think I timed it recently while going back and doing a little bit of editing on videos to post up on YouTube. A 3-minute entrance that man has.
Absolutely, and mercy me. I hate it.
Something I don't hate, though, is seeing this matchup.
Absolutely not. I'm very excited with this one. Perhaps the most excited I am of any match on the card this afternoon. To see what these two can do. One-on-one. Removed from the pain of tagging in and out. Oh,
Right into a power slam.
Huge strength of Vala Rose right there. Victoria Valkyrie is not a small competitor either.
Control of this match, just going back between both of these women, each one getting a few moves in before the other takes over.
Signs of evenly matched competitors. Always a fun. Oh, here's Johnny.
Mercury trying to call over Vala, getting her attention off while Valkyrie is able to sneak up behind her.
Vala Rose up on top of the turnbuckle. Valkyrie climbing to the top rope, hooks an arm. Oh, here we are. Oof! A brutal slam from the top rope.
Belly to back superplex.
Vala Rose able to avoid a boot to the head. Showing off that power one more time. Oh!
Snake eyes right onto the ropes.
Wrenching Valkyrie's arm there, taking away some of her strength in the meantime.
Deciding that she'd rather face Valkyrie on the outside for a little while.
Perhaps opportunity for more pain out there as there's
laying in the strikes, going for a sidewalk slam. Before smashing her head into arguably the hardest part of the ring. Beside Guy DuPont's mustache, of course.
But as he is not involved in this match, it doesn't quite count. Oh, Johnny again jawing at Vala Rose. And Victoria Valkyrie sets up for a cutter. Smash Vala's face into the ground before trying to lock in an armbar. Vala Rose powering out.
No such luck to lock it in today.
We saw her do that multiple times last week against Florence Hunt. Oh, the power slam again. Vala Rose showing off that.
Oh, and a chair thrown into the ring by one Johnny Mercury.
Valkyrie ignoring it, settling for a double leg Boston Crab. Woof. Huge press slam. The chair still just sitting there. Rose. Here comes the swing.
To a swing.
And it turns around the ring for letting Victoria Valkyrie go.
The ref picking up the chair. Throwing it
down to the ground to begin his count. And that is the 3. The ref glaring at Johnny Mercury for introducing the foreign object. story of tonight, of course, Vala Rose's unmatched strength. She hurls Victoria Valkyrie around the ring, here and there and everywhere.
Here is your winner.
That's right.
Tag team victory last week, singles victory this week. Is there anything perhaps that Vala Rose cannot do? There is. We have not seen it yet.
They'll see what Victoria Valkyrie has in speed and technique. Vala Rose here has in spades strength. It's possible that Vala right now, possibly unstoppable, possibly on her way towards the next Cosmic Championship. We could be looking at the very next Mistress of the Cosmos.
That is a match I would look forward to very much. Vala Rose and Florence Thunder. As those two have a grudge to settle. It's going to be very, very fantastic match to view. Especially should the title be on the line. But for now, we turn from one champion to another. Cannonball Vegas has been going back and forth with the Minotaur Jonk here and there. Jonk last week ambushing Vegas before a match with party favorite that Vegas still managed to win. Vegas perhaps looking for a little payback this evening. You will see what happens as the champion has yet to be able to overcome the Minotaur of the Monsters Among Men.
And if I were a betting man, I would say that Vegas going to react very similarly to the way Guy DuPont reacted. We might see him just rushing to the ring tonight to give the Minotaur what for before their match bell even rings.
You think you know me?
Jonk waits.
Yep, and there he is.
Leg kick down. Vegas just hammering away at Jonk before the referee separates the two.
Stomps to the Minotaur's right arm.
Now the ref starts
The ref rings the bell before Jonk is even able to make it to his feet. Vegas laying into the Minotaur. This unbridled anger, this passion that he has. This man wants to keep his belt. He is a proud combatant here. And is not going to be shown up by being ambushed.
This is the passion and competitive drive that allowed Cannonball Vegas to become POW's first ever Twitch World Champion. He shows it here. And now he may have bitten off more than he can chew. As Jonk finally has a chance to answer.
Oh no! That was a tap out, was it not? I guess not.
The ref didn't quite see it. Perhaps a tap hidden by Vegas' leg.
Oh no, the ref is calling for no contest here. These men are just brutalizing each other at this point, it would appear.
Ref waving off the match. Whether it's Cannonball's vicious early brutality, perhaps that tap, I can't quite tell.
Yeah, I'm hearing now the ref says that this was a no contest called off before it even rang because of the brutality that was being shown by the champion as he entered. Still a hell of a showing there between those gentlemen.
Indeed, of them pulling down. And here we are. We've known since the beginning of the show tonight's main event is. As
right.
Straps O'Leary offers Johnny Mercury a chance to prove himself worthy.
Yes, Jonk also has the back crack hair. Yes, I think that maybe he gets his strength from just being a half man, half bull. But it's possible that he also gets it from the hair. right, a match that, well, Johnny Mercury has been waiting for. I'm not sure about all of us, but certainly him.
Something that Johnny has perhaps begged for back behind curtain, according to Scrap Soldari. Whether or not that's actually true, we shall see. Here we are. The 3-minute entrance.
All right, everyone. Now it's time for a bathroom break as Johnny Mercury makes his way to the ring. You all have plenty of time.
I think perhaps our next match could be loser has to make their entrance shorter match.
Yeah, perhaps that is a stipulation that can be brought to Johnny if he is to come to Scraps again. Alright, the Golden God descending from his heights to be here with us mortals. And continue to take his time making his way to the ring. For those of you who didn't get it the first time, he is glorious.
For those of you who didn't get it the first time, the second time, or perhaps the 47th time, is quote-unquote glorious. Now begins the slow walk. You still have a minute and a half.
Making his way to the ring from Elysian Fields, weighing in at 210 pounds, hail the King.
I don't know about chairs being hidden in his robe. As far as I know, that is just man meat in that robe.
I would like to say that I wisely refrain from using the phrase "the larger cocks," and in return, perhaps we should leave off discussing Johnny Mercury's man meat.
I was simply referring to the muscle that makes up his body, but yes, I see your point. And he is going to peacock in the ring for a little while longer.
I'm about to say, the worst entrance is that even once he gets in the ring, it's not over.
Luckily today we didn't lose any viewers during his entrance. Johnny taking off his robe for the first time today, he seems to have gotten larger than the last time I saw him.
And his opponent from
Entirely
Cincinnati,
confident he's
Ohio,
lived in the gym.
weighing in at 220 pounds, Travis Lee Boy.
Knows the wood.
Scraps, of course, once again showing that he is a man of the people, as always, entering through the crowd. Now that I would believe, Ayeon Lee, that he does keep the chairs hidden in his beard. Yeah. That one is believable.
There are rumors swirl of a singular golden chair Johnny believes to be his throne. We've yet to see that here in POW. I wouldn't count it out until we know for sure, one way or another, that it exists. Perhaps taking a moment to gather support from his brothers in spirit, despite the fact they spent their afternoon beating the crap out of each other.
I don't know that they're bringing their energy together at the moment.
And here we are. Oh.
And Scraps opening by taking Johnny's move and turning it against him right off the bat.
Corkscrew leg takedown.
Of course, not able to deliver it with quite the ferocity that Johnny does, as it's one of Johnny's finishers.
Kick to the back.
Johnny hitting a brutal brainbuster there. Ducks under one, hits the rope himself. In fine form today, the golden one.
Turns Scraps O'Leary inside out. Scraps able to push off, create that necessary bit of separation before he boots Johnny in the head. We see an all too familiar sight. Here we are. Johnny perhaps taking control this another time. Oops, snake eyes onto the ropes. Scraps left clutching his chest. Johnny going for a pin.
Right under the rope, of course, a rope break. Answers with a chop.
Ooh. Scraps showing off that strength. He lifts Johnny, Florida powerbomb position, and slams the Golden God unceremoniously into the mat. Going for the first cover of the night. What's this? Johnny, out of the ring, leaving the match. He's asked for this.
After asking over and over for a rematch, decides that he's just going to walk away.
Scraps O'Leary left wondering what exactly the hell is going on. Johnny's talking back and forth.
At the top of the ramp here.
Just waiting for Scraps to come to him. Something that O'Leary is not willing to do. Now there he goes. Nope, deciding to slide back into the ring himself. I don't know that either man quite knows what's going on here.
It would seem that Scraps wants this to continue by jumping out and extending the count. It's possible that that Johnny there has decided that he was going to try and get Scraps to come to him.
Luring the O'Leary in. Johnny stalks back to the ring. His plan.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Don't mind us. It's a little behind the scenes work, and here we are again. As the match picks up.
It's all right. The whole match there just had a little bit of the old brain worms.
Happens from time to time here in POW. We do apologize, and now back to the show.
Johnny, of course, unable to find his golden chair up at the top of the ramp, made his way back down to potentially finish this fight.
Here we are. Scraps looking for a kick to the back, but Johnny rolling through. Post down in the corner. Scraps escaping the fireman's carry. Oh, Superman punch in the corner. Into a quick pin.
2 count.
We've seen that Superman punch put down the Golden God before.
It's always taken more than one, though, so he's still...
The pop-up punch. My God.
That's 2. That might have done it.
Pop-up Superman punch, something I've never seen before.
Still kicks out of
Johnny
it.
not ready to be down just yet. Johnny to his feet, answering Scraps with a punch of his own. Here we are. Golden God waits for his opponent to find his way back to his feet. The roll through into the calf crusher. Scraps middle of the ring. No rope to go for. He elbows Johnny in the back and gets out of it that way instead. And then trading blows. Gut wrench slam. Scraps deciding to go for the cover.
Still only able to get 2. Frustrated, goes for a kick. Followed by a shoulder tackle.
Boot there. Stomp the arm.
Going after the arm.
A little more brutality than we've seen from Scraps in the past. It's that anger taking hold.
Yeah, I would say that all the O'Leary boys are fighting a little dirty today.
Up and down into that power bomb again. Scraps retreats to the corner. Cocking the fist. We know what comes next.
Yep.
Here we are.
Going for the spear.
1-2 Superman. John Williams wouldn't be proud. Into the cover. And 2.5.
3 Superman punches. Still unable to put down the Golden God.
Scraps begging the ref to count. We know what follows the Superman.
That we do.
Here it is. Spear. As Johnny Mercury unceremoniously collapsed to the ring. And Scraps falls to the cover.
And kicks out of the spear.
I have never seen
There is
Superman punches.
a mighty amount of resilience in Johnny Mercury today.
Spear. Scraps goes to the top rope. Begging Johnny. Oh,
Catches him.
oh, Johnny, the catch. The catch on the crossbody.
Body slam.
I thought for a moment there we might see Johnny Mercury's patented backbreaker. Oh. Out of the ropes. Perhaps looking for
Set up for
forearm,
something.
changes his mind.
Picks him up. Speak of the
There
backbreaker.
it is. There it is. Backbreaker of the gods.
2 count.
Scraps not ready to go down. Johnny toying with the crowd there. Oh, roll through. Scraps too close to the ropes. Johnny miscalculated, perhaps. Scraps a roll through of his own, but not for a pin. Look at that one-arm power bomb. Scraps hilarious, fired up, and ready to destroy his opponent.
If I could say one thing about Johnny Mercury, it's that he has a fighting spirit. You know, he is a resilient man.
Blocks the Superman punch. Johnny will fight until there are no bones left in his body. Too close to the ropes on the calf crusher. Making that mistake for the second time today. I think that perhaps might be Johnny Mercury's biggest problem, a lack of awareness, whether it is self or spatial.
Pop-up elbow drop. Gets a 2.
Now he lurks. He
Looking
waits.
for one more backbreaker. This could be it, folks.
There we are. This time taking care to drag Scraps away from the ropes into the center of the ring. Are we witnessing history? We are! Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Mercury has won his first match here at POW. Match he asked for, match he begged for, a chance to prove himself, and prove himself he did.
It has taken 7 weeks for him to finally put down Scraps. But finally, all his training, all his lifting, all the work that he has been doing over the last 2 months has finally paid off. He's finally gotten one more one-on-one match against the middleist O'Leary brother and has come out on top for the very first time here at POW.
We thought perhaps
Here is
tonight
your winner,
Scraps
Hail
O'Leary
the
would win
King.
and set this whole thing behind himself. But instead, it appears that Johnny Mercury is claiming the victory. Perhaps insinuating that whatever bad blood between these two is not quite over yet. Something we've never seen here as Johnny basks in glory for his win.
A congratulations, I feel, is in order for the glorious one, the Golden God, Johnny Mercury. Congratulations, young man, on your very first victory here at POW. Well earned. One hell of a fight these two put up tonight. Week after week, he's been trying for that win. He's finally got it. Well done.
Well, thank you very much for joining us this week on a special Monday afternoon episode of Power Overdrive Wrestling. Remember, starting next week and carrying on through the summer, we are shifting to Thursday afternoons instead of our normal Wednesday broadcast time.
And I believe that's going to be a Thursday morning next week. Potentially in the afternoon after that. We will see where our schedules go, but next week will definitely be Thursday, 8:30 a.m. For at least the next show. Thank you all very much for coming out. Make sure if you're seeing this on YouTube to follow, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Thank you for showing up to our Twitch stream today. If you haven't already, please give us a follow. We appreciate every single one of you for coming out. And that's a sign off from me, Eric Powers.
And myself, good old Tito. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you very much.